The Pacific, a region so vast. It covers more than a third of the Earth's surface. An area large enough to hold all of the world's land masses combined. Scattered throughout this enormous expanse of water are the Pacific's small island developing states, or SIDS. These SIDS are home to some of the world's most unique cultures and stunning environments, both above and below the ocean waves. On an ever-changing planet, these islands represent an oasis in time where people have lived in harmony with the environment that surrounds them. But this idyllic island lifestyle is being threatened by actions within the islands and from far beyond their shores. Climate variability, extremes in weather, and natural disasters are ever persistent features of island existence. Floods in urban areas of high island states such as Fiji, Samoa, and Vanuatu are almost annual events. Low-lying island atolls like those found in the Marshall Islands and Tuvalu are finding it harder to manage their rapidly depleting water resources amidst the backdrop of extreme droughts and increasing populations. And in an effort to keep pace with the global modernization, many islands are abandoning traditional conservation practices, which impacts the land, water, and very culture that has sustained them through thousands of years of existence. These practices, if continued, could permanently damage the fragile resources, making life in paradise obsolete. In the early 1990s, the Global Environment Facility, or GEF, was created, becoming the key global financial mechanism for the protection of the global environment and the promotion of environmental sustainable development. In 2009, GEF support for an innovative project entitled Implementing Sustainable Water Resources and Wastewater Management in Pacific Island Countries, or the GEF Pacific IWRM project, was initiated. The GEF Pacific IWRM project was executed regionally by the Applied Geoscience and Technology Division of the Secretariat of the Pacific Community, with oversight by UNDP and UNEP, and was aimed at facilitating the establishment of frameworks for the policy and management of resilient islands-based water and sanitation systems, and to pilot these initiatives through demonstration projects. 14 island nations then participated with the common goals of raising the quality of life for Pacific Islanders. Each island's individual project manager initiated the establishment of a baseline for their projects, starting from the ground up. They first needed to find and train individuals to develop the necessary skills for integrated water and environmental management, with an emphasis placed on the establishment and operation of national and local level coordinating bodies of IWRM. Then IWRM initiatives needed to be implemented by creating a results-based management system to guide the monitoring and evaluation of their projects. Finally, the overall IWRM strategy would have to be coordinated on a national level to ensure its success and sustainability. Although every island nation shares the common need for integrated water resource management, each country developed and implemented their own unique strategy for the development of practical experience and critical aspects of water resource and sanitation management. In Samoa, an initiative was led to protect a valuable piece of land, essential to protecting the area's water quality.
First achievement that I really proud of with the Al Salmon project is the taking of land process that's happening at the moment up at the Catholic land on the summit of one of our catchment. We are purchasing the lands of the Catholic Church. It is quite a substantial amount of land, but we need it for conservation purposes, both with the water resource and biodiversity.
In the Republic of Marshall Islands, groundwater well quality was enhanced by improving pig and human waste management practices.
The pilot projects of dry litter and compost toilet have been a really big success. There's scientific data that shows that these projects have reduced the amount of contaminant going into the land.
In Palau, a measure was introduced to educate the public on the importance of protecting and maintaining one of their key watersheds, leading to improved communication between local stakeholders.
This has worked to help increase collaboration between the different agencies and the NGOs and other projects such as the Sustainable Land Management Project and working to manage water properly in Palau.
In Tuvalu, integration of composting toilets was so successful, it has inspired other neighboring islands to follow suit.
Our initiative has been adopted by other countries like low-lying atolls such as Aramai, Nauru, and Tonga.
In Fiji, extremes in climate and poor land use management practices in the past have resulted in more frequent and damaging floods. Now the government and local villages are more prepared to mobilize to mitigate its effects.
We have also set up SOPs, that's a standard operating procedure, when rivers have reached certain level, so how people should react as well as who should be getting the information across and how the response agencies are going to react to it.
And many of the Pacific IWRM's projects report positive results from efforts to mainstream stakeholder participation and cross-sectoral engagement in the development of national policies and plans for IWRM.
60% increase in community engagement towards the project.
We also appointed a catchment group. This is called the Kobe Kongulai Catchment Group.
With all the awareness program that I've done and all the meeting and stuff that I've executed, the only persons who are contributing, they are all women, giving some good advices.
The endorsement of the National Water Policy for the Republic of Palau in April of this year.
Recently, endorsement of our enactment of our Water Act.
The development and having it endorsed the National Water Sanitation Policy for Nauru.
The rapid uptake national policies and plans for IWRM experienced by the project is viewed by many within the Pacific IWRM family to be attributable to the on-the-ground results demonstrated to communities and governments. The results have created the impetus and examples of best practices required to reform national policies and guide investments. In this sense, the IWRM project has played a catalytic role with the region's development partners, planning their investments to scale up the best practices developed by IWRM. As the Pacific IWRM's 5-year inception phase draws to a close, one of the most important aspects that come from the completion of such a wide-scale yet targeted program are lessons like these that have been learned along the way.
Building and putting together the people who are going to support the project, because they are the people that actually will help you do the road mapping, the planning, the decision making, just help you get through.
If you keep your stakeholders informed, the more they know the project and the more likely they are to help you with getting the project implemented.
Where every agencies that are implementing non-government organizations, the provincial level, appreciating the benefit of being integrated. When we have an active steering committee in the middle with an inactive apex body on top, we won't have any successful IWRM project at the end. But if we have active contributions from top to bottom, bottom to top, we will have a fantastic project result.
If you can get the hierarchy, Prime Minister, a government member to buy into the activities that you have and can see the benefits, you're one step ahead of everybody else.
The lessons learned and partnerships developed will prove invaluable as the next era of efforts in sustainable development dawns on these small island developing states. To sustain human life on these fragile ecosystems requires not only long-term dedication to protecting the purity of its water resources, but also maintaining the critical links between land, water, and coastal systems. These linkages provide the foundation for island communities to exist and determine the quality and extent of the coastal blue forests that are critical for island livelihoods. Embracing a true ridge-to-reef and community-to-cabinet approach, the Pacific IWRM is preparing to embark on the scaling up of its initiatives to embrace the whole of island sustainable development, an approach which requires the integration of land, water, and coastal management in SIDS. Utilizing the same passion and innovation that made IWRM a success, national teams will now engage in testing a truly comprehensive initiative to guide the long-term sustainability of the environment, culture, and people of the Pacific Islands. Given the contemporary challenges island communities face, the governments of the Pacific Island countries have requested support in the form of a GEF multifocal area initiative aimed at strengthening the integration of efforts to preserve ecosystem services, store carbon, improve climate resilience, and sustain livelihoods in Pacific SIDS. The past 5 years might have laid the groundwork, but the next 5 will prove to be even more critical as momentum will need to be accelerated and new obstacles overcome. The future of life on Pacific Islands hangs on maintaining the delicate balance between finding its economic independence without sacrificing its two most vital resources, their people and their environment.